All right, guys, let's check out this Laco Santa Ynes. And this is a watch that my buddy Will allowed me to check out. He picked this up at the San Francisco Worn and Wound Wind-Up show. I was there with him, and I got a glimpse of this watch too, but I didn't realize they were selling them. He wouldn't even let me video them or photograph them because they weren't like officially out at that point. But anyway, Will picked one up at the show. Very awesome. There's only 100 of these. This happens to be number 007 of 100. So very cool. There's only a few of these probably floating out there from authorized dealers. Once they're gone, they're gone. There's a Type A and Type B dial. This being the Type B. The Type A is just going to have this a lot more void in the middle, and it's going to have the, well, it'll look like that, but it'll be a California dial instead of Arabics. So anyway, let's get into this watch. So they say it's a 42. I measure 42.2, but we're not going to be picky on that. We'll just say it's 42. Lug to lug, 49.85. Thickness, only 11.75. It looks thicker than what the measurements actually do tell because of the kind of the flat slab side of it that gives you a little illusion that it's taller than it is. 20 millimeter lug width and an oversized 8 millimeter crown that you can wind in the first position. The movement in here is called the Laco 21. It's a Miyota 821A. So it does hack. It does have a ghost 8 position. So it's very similar to the 9000 series because of the updates on it, but 8 series, so it's a little less money. I really don't have a problem with it. It's actually a really good performing movement. I have no issue with it. 50 meter water resist because it is a push-pull crown, but that's fine for an aviation style watch. This is made in Germany, as it indicates on the dial, and the leather strap is also made in Germany. But what's really special about this is, one, besides the fact that it's a white dial, which you typically don't see aviation style watches done with white dial, but also it has blued handset and markers. Now they're not thermally blued, they're like chemically blued, but at least they're not painted. As far as I can tell, they look like they're chemically blued. And then you have that blue print on there. Now, because they're using BGW9 or some sort of formula similar to that, all of the printing, there's a ton of lume on this, as you could tell in the thumbnail, and I'll show you here in a moment at the end of the video. But because it's the blue, so in daylight it shows as white print, and it's lume though, it looks like there's really no lume on this. Like if you were to look at this, the average person would probably be like, there's probably no lume on this, because it's not thick printed, it's not applied or anything like that. It's very discreet in its appearance in the daytime. So there's a exhibition case back. You can take a look at the automatic movement. Nothing too special there. It does have a little bit of work on the main plates and a skeletonized rotor. You have a pressed down case back there, no problem. I like that it's actually numbered 007 of 100. Good choice on that, Will. Well done, 007. But it is kind of fun to catch the bluing on there. You can see both on the inside and the outside. The other thing that's really special to me is the fact that it's a California dial. Not so much that it's, a full-blown California dial. And California dial is referring to its Arabics on the bottom and Romans on the top. So typically you'd have that on a full-face dial. But in this case, because it's the Type B dial, it's on that inner track, because the outer track is reserved for the Arabics, the numbers, the minutes. Notice they used a 5 and not a 05. Another watch that did that too? And then they, quote, fixed it. I don't think they fixed it. I think it's supposed to be like this. I like it better. Anyway, so I like that there's a California dial in the center part. I've never seen that done before. Maybe it has been done, and I just haven't seen it. I think it's very cool. So traditionally, a Type B dial would look like that. So it's basically the same thing, but with that California dial in the middle, just adds a little something extra special to it. Okay, let's pop it on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Now, it's going to look like a little bit larger watch than the size would indicate, just because of how much dial you have. You don't have any dive bezel or anything to kind of shrink that dial. So it makes it super legible, and that's the whole point of these watches, is to be super legible in all conditions. So I do like the size, even though it does present a little bit larger on wrist. I think it's perfect. And it has a really nice leather strap. All right, let's kill the lights and check the lume. Before we do that, we're going to cheat a little bit and lume it up. I don't think it really needed it, but we're going to go for the full effect. There you go. You can see clearly that you have excellent lume throughout the entire watch. Nice cool blue colorway there. A little bit of green tint to it, but it's mostly blue to the naked eye. But they lumed up everything. I love it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.